y'all. It's Dominique, aka That Therapist. For those of you that don't know me, I am the lead clinician and CEO of a group practice known as Yellowbird Counseling. So, just a brief spill about what we do. Every Thursday evening, we go live and present topics to the general population that educate you guys on reasons that you can benefit from a therapist outside of having a mental illness. Because a lot of folks be like, oh, I ain't crazy. I don't need to go to therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with me. You're human. You need a therapist on deck. Just like you got teeth in your mouth, you need a dentist on deck. Just like you need a primary care physician on deck. If you're a woman, that's why you need a GYN on deck. Like, come on, y'all. So I got to educate y'all. So today we're going to talk about something that a lot of people can resonate with. So please share, okay? Please share. Do your due diligence to help us break the stigma surrounding mental health by sharing this live. And thank you to you that is watching on the replay. Those of you that are watching on the replay, I appreciate y'all super duper much, all right? So let's get started. So you guys know I've been really doing this preventative theme this year of like getting y'all stuff in time to deal with it. So we talked about seasonal affective disorder. I gave that to y'all in October. We talked about fear. We talked about other things. We talked about dealing with holiday anxiety so that you guys would have that in time for the holidays. We introduced Jason, so y'all know that we got a Black male therapist on deck. Today we're going to talk about dealing with grief and loss around the holiday, before the holiday hits, because I know for a lot of people, it could be something it might start brewing around in your head as you're hearing holiday parties and plans and holiday dinners being planned and all of that. And if you've lost a loved one, then it could be a difficult thing to maneuver. All right. So I wanted to make sure you guys are prepared for that. We even have a grief and loss support group that we're going to be doing on Saturday. So you do want to sign up for that. I'm going to have Blue G send out did Blue G? Whatever. I'll talk to Blue G after the live. All right. But we'll be doing that group. And if you don't feel like you want to come to that one, we'll be doing another one in December before Christmas. So you'll have that 2 opportunities to come and just get support from other people that understand what it's like to be doing the holidays without a loved one that may have previously been there. So, I wanted to talk to y'all about that, normalize a few things for you, offer you some coping skills and some tips so that you can get through this holiday season feeling supported, feeling like you have the power within you to make it, and just knowing where you can find that power elsewhere if you cannot find it within yourself. All right. Because that's totally okay too. All right. So I went around and just got a lot of resources about it, as far as different ways to approach handling holiday grief. And y'all feel free to ask any questions that you have in the comments. Again, please share. There's at least one person on your page who has lost somebody. So please help them out and share this live so that they can get the information that they need in order to feel supported during this potentially difficult time. You know what I'm saying? It could be potentially very difficult, and they may not know if it's going to be difficult. So they may just need it just to have on deck. Okay. So So looking at the Hospice Foundation of America, they had this cute little setup of like these 3 C's that you want to follow if you're someone who has lost someone and the holidays is hard for you, whether you lost them recently or whether every year it's been a thing that's been dreadful for you. We have some little cute little 3 C's that we can follow to help navigate holiday loss. So the first one, and this is the most freeing one. It was freeing for me Y'all know that I lost my mom a few months back. And so just reading this was really freeing for me too. But you do have a choice, okay? You have a choice what you want to do, who you want to do it with, and when. It was really cute because under that one, they gave this little vignette of this lady who, her sister was having a holiday party, or sister-in-law, I believe, and the lady who experienced the loss, she wanted to decide the morning of, if she felt like going to that holiday gathering. So you do have the choice. Don't let anybody guilt you into feeling like you need to be somewhere. Don't let anybody make you feel like they're doing you a favor to have this event for you to show up to. No, they're not. No one can tell you how to grieve. The only thing we want to make sure of in your grief is that you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting anyone else, and you're able to function. But outside of that, nobody can tell you what your grief should look like. Nobody can tell you, oh, you need to be here. It'll be good for you. It might not be good for you. It might be better for you to sit back and just, gather your thoughts at home. And that is totally fine. Or do yourself a little something at home. That might be better than being around all these people, because depending on where you're at in your grief process, going to a big party and seeing people together could really be triggering and hurtful. It could be. Now, there are people that could be helpful for, but if you're not that person, I'm talking to you. If you're not that person, then, it is totally fine if you want to sit it out. It's totally fine if you only want to go for a small portion of it. Okay, it is totally cool. You take power back in the choices you make on what you want to do this holiday season. All right, because no one else has to deal with your grief like you do. You have to deal with it. And so therefore you have to make your choices that work best for you. But at the same time, hold on. So yeah, I already said that. Find ways to recognize and acknowledge the individual in just your own special way. I've had clients that'll take some clothes and maybe like as a family activity, they might, cut up some clothes and make some like a quilt or different crafts, memorabilia, or maybe even having putting up pictures of that loved one to include them, their presence. And there's several different activities you could do. And this is a good place to bring that up in your next therapy session. And if you don't have a therapy session coming up because you don't have a therapist, then this would be a good time for you to go to yellowbirdcounseling.com and shoot us an inquiry so we can try to get you in before the holiday season, so we can really help you navigate what could be a difficult process to do by yourself. All right. Or just do with somebody that isn't like just having that professional guidance there, because it can be difficult, and friends and family, they mean well, but they got skin in the game. Okay. So it could be hard to navigate it with them, especially if they're the ones throwing the party. They want everybody to come and see their brand new big house, and they want to have a event at their house. And if you don't come, it's going to be, blah, 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 because they don't know. They are caring more about themselves. Whereas you have a therapist that really is their concern, their job is to be concerned with you. Okay, so definitely give us a call or email. I get emails all the time that simply just say need therapy, the name, need therapy in the email or the number, whatever. And I email them back. They shoot me a text. I set them up. I text them their stuff. It's cool. It's like a real seamless back and forth, and you don't even have to talk to me until the first person you'll talk to could be your therapist. or you could be texting me, if text is easier for you. Some people like to talk, some people like to text, and that's fine. And we offer both of those options. So definitely, or if you're just like, I don't know if Yellowbird's a good fit, you could definitely ask me for some referrals to some other great therapy practices that I would definitely recommend. I can think of 5 offhand that I would be like, and send you right on over to them. All right. So either way, we just want to make sure that you have the support that you need during this holiday season and not feel alone. That's the whole goal here. All right. Let's see. So the second thing, though, while you do have the choice, you do definitely want to communicate your choices. So in that very same vignette I was telling you about with the lady who decided to go to the party the day of, she had talked to her sister-in-law beforehand and said, listen, can I just kind of see how I'm feeling to see when I want to come, and I'll let you know. And so definitely you want to communicate what your plan is to the people that may genuinely want you around, okay? Because that's important to them too. Your choice will affect them. While you do have a right to make that choice, your choice still will affect them. So the only requirement that you would be that you would have would just be to communicate whatever your choice is. Just be sure to communicate it. Don't try to save somebody's feelings, okay? You're the one that experienced the grief and loss. So if they're sad and pouty because things didn't go their way for a situation that they don't have to experience from your perspective, honey, tell them they can come see me too, because I got a therapist for them too. Okay, because we need to work on why you're making someone else's grief process about you. So send them on over. You can text them the link, whatever. Send them. We'll take care of it. And then we'll also be taking care of you. All right. Let's see. So, and then there is the third C of compromise. So we've got, you have the right to make a choice. Just be sure to communicate that choice. And then the third C would be to compromise. So there was another vignette of a family, one family, same family, all had experienced it, the loss. It was the loss of a brother. So he was a sibling and he was a child, so the whole family experienced the loss, but they all experienced it differently. So some of the family members wanted to create ornament memorabilia to put on the tree for the lost brother. Others of them felt like that wouldn't be appropriate. So the family had a compromise to where the people that wanted to do that could, but the people that did not want to be present for that, they did not have to be. So everybody can handle the grief in the way that suit them best. While they did have the same person that they lost, they all experienced it different. So while you might, let's say, for instance, me, I lost my mom. So maybe I want to go hang out with my friends. Maybe that is good for me. And maybe for my sister, though, she might want to not go hang out with her friends, or she might only want to hang out with family or something. That's cool. The way I'm choosing to do it and the way she choosing to do it, while they're different, we lost the same person that's the same capacity. We experienced it different. So it's all cool. It's really cool. Whatever you choose, just make sure you communicate your choices to the people that it directly affects. All right. And then compromise. Be okay with what, especially if it's a family situation, be okay with how the other family member chooses to process their grief. If you want them to respect your way of processing, respect their way of processing. And if they're not processing, or if you're not processing, again, Yellowbird Counseling can assist. We have plenty of open availability for you guys to come and see us. So it's literally just as simple as going to yellowbirdcounseling.com, going to contact us, typing your name and saying need therapy, and we'll take it from there. All right, we got you. we want to help you to your autonomy, but we realize a lot of people that we get, it's their first time to ever come to therapy, so they don't know what to do. So we handhold up front, and then once you get, gather yourself, you got your strength, you got your hope, then we will push you more into an autonomous independence. And that's how a lot of my clients are the oldest clients, obviously, because I'm the first one. But they're at the place where they're pretty much their own therapist. They just need to check it with me because, you can't really be your own therapist, but they can think through how I would guide them through it in a session, and they become more autonomous, which means they don't really have to come see me as much. Some of them just really love me, so they want to come see me, but I really do encourage you into your own independence. But at first, we do a lot of hand holding. We meet you where you're at. And then when you're ready to fly like a bird, get it? Then we let you spread your wings and fly. So, but yeah, those are the 3 C's. Make a choice, communicate that choice, and compromise, okay? Compromise, especially more for like a family situation. If a whole family has lost a loved one, compromise, be okay with how they deal with their grief, and as they should be okay with how you deal with yours. All right. Again, definitely ask questions in the comments. Yeah, a lot of grief this year, Natasha, a lot. There was like in the span of 2 weeks in August, I knew of 6 different people that had passed in 2 weeks. That is the most amount of people that I have ever known to pass in such a condensed amount of time in my entire life. And I'm not like super young, even though I'm not like that young. I'm kind of young, but I'm not like young, but I'm like young, but I'm like old enough to where I can say that that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? That's huge. That's a huge amount of loss. Yeah, 6 in a 2-week span. I was like, to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, like what is happening? My clients are asking me what's happening. I don't know. I didn't know like what, like it was just so much. It was very overwhelming. And I was like, I can't hear of another person like passing. I can't hear of it, because it just starts to make you lose faith. It really does. It really does, because it's just like so much sadness. So yeah. So it has been a lot. And so that's why I wanted to make sure I really did attend to this topic and not leave people out to just fend for themselves, because it's not fair. And me as a clinician, it is my responsibility to make sure that I can get the word out to as many people as possible. So if y'all could help me do that and share this live on your pages and your groups, so that even if it just helps one person, that's one less person that feels like they don't have support and they don't have anybody to understand and they don't know what to do. All right, during the holiday season. You don't want it to roll up on you like that. That's why I make sure to do it right before. And I'll probably go live on next Thursday too. I've done it the last 2 Thanksgivings. I did put to be announced, but I'm just trying to see how I'm feeling, what's going on. I kind of watch what's going on social media, see what people are doing. And then I go live and I do like a little support session sometimes. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably do it, but I put TBA because I just really don't know. And I don't like making promises I can't keep. I hate that. I don't think that's okay to do. You shouldn't do that. All right. So let's see. So let's now talk about specific ways to cope with your loss. So going under the choice thing, make sure you set your boundaries. All right. Set your boundaries. Who you want to go with, when you want to go, how long you want to go, if you want to go, when you want, all that. Just set a boundary and communicate that and that. So pick your choice, and then you communicate it. That's your boundary. That's the boundary. Whatever you choose to do, communicate it, and then you've set a boundary. So that's how you do it. Choose a thing, communicate the thing. That's the boundary. All right. Tune into your grief. Don't try to avoid it. If you're feeling it, allow yourself to feel it. It's not wrong for you to be happy, sad, mad, confused, numb. It's not wrong. None of it is wrong. Just be attuned to that you're feeling it and care for yourself accordingly. All right. If you're like, I'm not feeling people, I want to be at home, attend to yourself. Allow yourself to have that. If you're like, no, I don't need to be at home in my thoughts, I need to be around people, go. And then if you get there and then after an hour or so you're tired, let yourself go home. All right. And I just threw around an arbitrary time of an hour. It could be 10 minutes. Shoot, whatever you feel you need to do, just be attuned to it. And acknowledge it. Acknowledge how you're actually feeling. It is okay to feel whatever it is you're feeling. Okay? Good, bad, ugly, happy. It's all okay to feel it. All right? So acknowledge it with somebody who you can trust. Maybe that's your therapist. Maybe that's your sister, your friend, or your significant other. Just be sure that you acknowledge it, okay? And share it with someone so that they can help care for you as well during this time. Plan ahead to fill empty holiday roles. So, okay, if whoever the loved one is that prepared the turkey is the one who has passed, go on ahead now and start figuring out how you're going to fill that turkey roll, okay? Turkey roll, like a turkey, like a roll with turkey in it. That sounds delicious. But just figure out how you're going to fill that, okay? Those rolls. And then let's see. Honor the old traditions and memories. It's okay to continue to provide the space for the traditions and memories that person was a part of. Don't feel like you got to get rid of them. If you feel like it'll be more beneficial for you to get rid of them, cool, but you don't have to. You can go on ahead and continue them. They probably would want you to. If it was something that they really enjoyed, they would want you to. All right. Create new traditions. Go on ahead and create at least maybe one new tradition that you can add on to the list of the old traditions. But definitely add you at least one. Do that. And these are things that you can really work out more specifically in therapy about how you would want to develop that tradition, how you would want to keep the old traditions in place, how you would want to fill those holiday roles. Your therapist can help you more specifically figure that out for your situation. Well, your therapist and your friends and family, but definitely your therapist if you don't feel as though it's a conversation you can have yet with your friends and family. You can have it with your therapist first for them to help troubleshoot with you. Oh, they had dropped off my DoorDash. I'm not going to go get it right now. I said I was. Let's see. Definitely identify what grief coping skills you want to implement. Like, what does that look like for you practically? Okay. Volunteer, doing some charitable stuff. That really helps, to go and help somebody else really does warm your heart. That's why a lot of people, do it, or definitely do it around the holidays. It does help to help somebody else through a tough situation when you have experienced something. It helps. I'm telling you as a helper, as somebody who do this, like this, what I do. All right. I do this all day. So, like, I'm telling you, it really helps. Like, if I'm going through something, for me to do my sessions and help my clients through whatever they're going through actually really helps. It really does help. So, maybe finding a volunteer opportunity, and there will be plenty. Ask for help when you're struggling with grief. Again, whether that be from your therapist or whether that be from a friend or family or both, your significant other, ask for help. Let them in, all right? Don't feel like this is a weight you have to carry by yourself, because it's not. Even if they just sit and listen to you, even if they just sit with you as you cry, okay? That's okay. You don't have to be talking, all right? They can just be present for you. Okay, and we'll talk about how to be there for people who are grieving. Don't worry, I got y'all. I got how to be there for the person who's grieving if you're not necessarily the one experiencing the grief directly. Okay. I found this really cute quote that I liked, and y'all know how I am about quotes. I post them all over my Instagram, Yellowbird Counseling. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Yellowbird Counseling. So I'm just a sucker for a good quote. All right. So this quote says, "Grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves, ebbing and flowing. Sometimes the water is calm and sometimes it's overwhelming. All we can do is learn to swim." And that was by Vicki Harrison. So just knowing, okay, yes, the water can be intense, but if I can learn how to swim, I'll be okay. And for those of us that know how to swim and have ever maybe swam at the beach when the waves are a bit moderate, if you know how to swim, you'll be okay. Yes, they can, but if you just kind of go with it, flow with it, you will be okay. And it's the same thing for grief. So I thought that was a really nice quote. Yeah. So let me see. Y'all got any questions? Please ask questions. Also, please share. Please share. Please share if you want to help someone. Okay? Cool. All right. So excuse me. I'm trying to not catch a cold. Let's talk about what you can do if you're not the person experiencing the grief, but the person that you love or care about is experiencing the grief. Okay. Nope, this is still for the person experiencing the grief. I got a little ahead of myself. I was really excited about that. All right, so here's some other things you want to do if you're the person grieving. You want to offer yourself grace. It's okay to feel what you feel in the way that you feel it. Be kind to yourself. Don't expect yourself to be rushing through stuff. Take care of yourself. Get plenty of sleep. Make sure you're eating, drinking water, whatever. Just be sure you're being kind to yourself by caring for yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all that. Okay? Ask for and accept help. Ask for the help and accept the help, even if it's not comfortable. Accept it, okay? For a lot of people, help is hard to accept. But if it's safe help, which I've already done a live on safe help, if it's safe help, go on ahead and accept it. Stop making comparisons. If you find yourself comparing yourself to someone else, or your family to someone else, or your situation to someone else, don't do that, because everybody is an individual, and nobody, even within the same family, experiences any one thing the same. So don't compare yourself to whatever someone else is going through, because that experience is not your experience. Your experience deserves to be handled individually and in the way that best suits you. Okay? Let's see. Okay, cool. So now let's talk about what you can do if you're not the person that's necessarily the one directly experiencing the grief. Here's some things you can say. You can say a simple, I'm thinking of you. Like, just let them know you're thinking of them. You can shoot them a text. You can give them a call and say, hey, I just wanted you to know I'm thinking of you. And then let them, you've let them know that someone's there for them. Even if they don't respond or even if they don't want to talk, you've let them know that you are, they're not by themselves. Okay. You've let your presence be known by saying you're thinking of them. And then simply just acknowledging, hey, I know that what this is tough. This isn't fair. This sucks. All right. I say that in therapy sessions all the time, and it just helps my clients to really feel validated in what they're feeling. Like, yes, like this, the way you feel right now, it sucks, and it's fair for you to feel that way because this was not a fair situation. It's not fair to lose someone that you love before you're ready to lose them. All right. It's not fair. And it's not fair the pain that comes with it. While it is something that happens, acknowledge that it's sucky. Acknowledge that it's not easy, and acknowledge that it takes time for a person to get through a loss, okay, of any kind, but especially a death loss, okay? I'm sending love during difficult time. That's something you can say too. If you don't know what to say, I just want you to know I'm sending love and light and all of that during this time. If you need me, I'm around. Feel free to call or text or whatever, just offering your presence and letting them know you acknowledge their presence, okay? Letting people know you really want to support them, but don't be saying that you really want to support them if you're not trying to really support them. Just don't do that. If you're not really going to do it, because people love to say, I'm here for you. They don't really be there for you. I had a friend in particular when I lost my mom. I'm here for you. No, you're not, because like when I call, you don't call me back. When I text you, you don't text me. So like back at all. I'm not talking about it takes you a long time because people do have lives and things they're doing, but at all don't call me back or call me back like a week later or text me back like a week later. Then like you're not there for me. So don't be going around saying you want to be there for somebody and you want to support them if you don't really want to be there for them and support them. Pick something else to say. Say you're thinking of them, okay? Do that. Or say you're sending love during this difficult time, but don't say, I really want to be there for you if you really, really don't. Okay? Don't do that. It's not fun. It's not fair. It's not cool. It's not cute. Validate that there is no right way to grieve. We just want you to grieve safely. We don't want you to harm yourself or others or lose functionality. But other than that, there is no right or wrong way to, oh man, Instagram, my phone died, so Instagram won't get the live. Damn. All right. But there is no right way to grieve. All right. So definitely let someone know, let the person know there is no right way. And don't expect them to call or text you back. Like, it gets super overwhelming, all right? I've had so many people, they're like, please, Dominique, just call me back, text me back. I'm like, it's so much pressure. I don't want to talk. I don't want to deal with your grief around my mom's passing. I really only just, like, I can barely, I'm not saying I barely, but I'm dealing with my own grief around it. So I don't want to then also deal with your grief around it. But I have people that have been texting me and I know they mean well, just please call me back, please text me back, please. And I'm like, no, I don't want to right now. Okay, maybe later, but not right now. So let the person know it's cool if they don't call or text you back. You just wanted to let them know you were thinking of them. All right. So those are a few little things you can say if you're not grieving. Then we talked about like how to cope with it. And then just the 3 general areas, the 3 C's of making your choice, communicating your choice, and compromising. So yeah, y'all got some questions? My phone always be dying. It is so annoying. So annoying. Y'all got questions, comments, concerns? Be sure you share. Please be sure you share. Okay. So if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you're not on the newsletter, then you don't know. Hold on. Should loved ones know about the stages of grief or tell them to grieve the way they feel best? If you have that information to give to them, sure. But let them know it's not a linear process. It's just different things you could be experiencing emotionally during a grief process. But my psychology professor told me that Elizabeth Kubler-Ross actually meant for the grief process to be for the one who is passing. However, I definitely can see it for the bereaved and for the grieving. So definitely just let them know it's not a linear process. These are some emotions that you could be experiencing, and you don't have to experience them in this order. And just because you experience anger doesn't mean that you or acceptance doesn't mean you won't then go back and experience anger. And just because you experience anger doesn't mean you won't experience acceptance and denial and bargaining and all of that. So yeah, definitely offer that information, but let them know there's flexibility and freedom in those stages of grief too. But that's cool. Yeah, you can let them know about that if it presents, if they're sharing how they feel. Or just even letting them know, listen, if you feel angry, if you feel like you're in denial, if you feel like you want to bargain about it, those are normal emotions to have as you're grieving. And there's just no right or wrong way. And they may not experience all of them. They only may experience a few of them. It's just that they're possibilities. Okay, so that's a good question. Thank you, Natasha. Anybody else? Any other questions or anything? I really hate that my phone died. That blows me. Oh, I'm so blowed. I'm probably just gonna have to figure it out. Any other questions that y'all have? Comments or concerns? All right, so okay, if you know, you know then. All right, again, if you know, you know. If you're not on the Yellow Bird newsletter, then you don't know. All right, but what are we doing? We are doing $100 Cash App giveaway. All right, cool. I like to do my hands. Let's see who did the thing. Lakira, of course, Lakira did the thing. We got Natasha who did the thing, and we got Nikki who did the thing. Okay, so y'all know how I like to do, and whoever the person that wins, y'all gonna have to send me a request because my phone is dead, and then I will send it to you. And y'all know I will. As soon as my phone turns back on, I will definitely. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me get to it. Share. Okay. Let's see. Share screen. Number generator. All right, we got it. Ciao. All right, so let's give the numbers first. And I'm going to do it backward. So we got Nikki, you can be 1. Natasha, you can be 2. And then Lakira, you can be 3. We'll do it like that, okay? So let's see. All right, so I'm sharing. The minimum is 1. The maximum is 3. Now I'm going to click generate so y'all can see. 3! Oh my gosh, who was that? Was that Lakira? Lakira, did you win? Did you? Hold on. Let's see. Did you win again? Yes, girl, send me the Lakira, send me the request. Send me the request. You won. Y'all know Lakira win all the time. That's what I'm saying. All you gotta do is get on the newsletter. You could be winning like her. You could be winning like her. You welcome. You welcome. So she already knows. She know I'm gonna send it. Usually, like if my phone weren't dead, which is like, why do I let my phone die? I don't know. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, she know I'm gonna send it because she win all the time. She win all the time. What is the newsletter? Okay, so the newsletter is super duper cool. It tells not only what live topics I'm going to be covering over the month, it tells the lives that I'm going to be giving away money on. It gives the specific dates of when I'll be giving away the monies. And so when you come in the live, you'll do the thing and then you'll be eligible, just like how you saw them all be eligible. We also in the newsletter talk about different support groups that we'll be offering for the month. We also do different highlights in the newsletter of maybe like other partnerships that we're doing, like with Tyra and the massage therapy and how to book that, just more things in detail. You'll know when I have open availability because a lot of people want to see me, but I'm full. So they go to my other therapist. So I put when I'll have open availability. We do discounts for merchandise in there, lots of stuff. So if you go to yellowbirdcounseling.com, if you just go to yellowbirdcounseling.com, like as you start scrolling, the newsletter thing will pop up and you can, just put your email in and you'll be on the newsletter and you'll get it once a month. Yay! So yeah. You want to get on the newsletter, go to yellowbirdcounseling.com. You can get in it. And I'm also going to start back putting it in the text community. So that number is also in the newsletter. Like if you want to join the text community, that is also in the newsletter. Okay? Cool. Anything else? Anything else that y'all have questions? Please share if you haven't shared. Please share to your page and to your groups. All righty. Well, again, we will be having a grief and loss support group before the holiday, before Thanksgiving. We'll be having one this Saturday at 11 a.m. It says 8 p.m. on the flyer, but that's wrong. So you can sign up for that. And if you don't feel ready to sign up this month, then there will be another opportunity in December to do the same group as well. All right. Well, I love y'all and I love spending time with y'all and I love helping y'all. And this has been great. And definitely, like I said, if you need us, reach out. It's very simple. Just go to yellowbirdcounseling.com, go to contact. We even have a team tab so you can see videos and read bios of all of our therapists that we have. So definitely do that. And we will see you guys next week.